My fiancé of 5 years faked her entire personality, a lie I only discovered after finding her old iPad in a storage box while looking for our birth certificates. We were supposed to get married in 3 months. While digging through a box, labeled Old Docs, I found her first-generation iPad, the one she replaced years ago. On a whim, I powered it on. No password. I opened the Notes app, and my world tilted on its axis. There was a folder just titled M, my initial. Inside was a meticulously organized dossier on me. There were no cheesy titles like Project, Mark, just cold calculating folders, core interests, psych profile, family, and financials. It was filled with screenshots of my social media posts from years before we'd even met. The first note was dated October 2019, 6 months before our supposed chance meeting at a coffee shop. It detailed seeing me at a mutual friend's wedding and identified me as a potential target. Our entire beginning was an ambush. I scrolled, my blood turning to ice. A post about my favorite obscure movie had a note: research director's filmography. Adopt as personal favorite. A picture from a concert had a list of classic rock bands to learn. I thought back to all the little oddities I'd brushed aside. How her favorite songs were always my favorite songs. How she never disagreed with me on anything important. I had called it chemistry. It was camouflage. The section on my family was the most chilling. It had a chart of my parents' interests and a note. Mother loves gardening. Research heirloom tomatoes. Potential bonding topic. I remembered how my mom had gushed after their first meeting, saying Chloe had an old soul. She didn't have an old soul. She had a script. The woman I loved didn't exist. She was a character, crafted from my own data to be my perfect match. I felt a wave of nausea as I opened the financials folder. It contained screenshots of my LinkedIn profile, links to salary aggregators for my job title, and a document named Post-Wedding Goals. Inside was a checklist: secure joint bank account, begin discussions on adding name to property deed, and a line that made me stop breathing: strategy to avoid prenup, utilize guilt and emotional appeals. The person I was about to give my life to wasn't a partner. She was an infiltrator. This wasn't a relationship. It was a long con about to reach its payday. I closed the iPad, my hands numb. I packed a small bag, walked into the kitchen, and placed the engagement ring squarely on top of the iPad screen. Then I walked out the door and never looked back. She's been calling for days, texting that I've misunderstood her devotion. Last night I sent screenshots of the notes to her parents. The calls have finally stopped.